You want to hit input 2? There it is. There we are. Okay. That won't be distracting at all, will it? Okay. What we want to talk about today is connections. I was just wondering, how did you first hear about Jesus? Do you remember? Who's the first person you remember telling you about Jesus? You know, for me, it was my mom. Did your mom ever tell you about Jesus? Your dad? Sunday school teacher? Pastor? So people have been telling you about Jesus? That's a really cool thing, because you know what? Otherwise, how do you find out? And for the people who are younger than you are, in fact, the next generation, how are they going to hear about Jesus? Think maybe you should tell them? How many people think you should tell someone about Jesus? You know, I do too. And you know what? I told every one of my kids. I told them about Jesus. And that's the most precious gift I could give to them. But there's only so many people you can talk to. And it makes it that much more important to talk to the people who are there. Because can I talk to someone who was born 500 years ago? No. Can they talk to me? Can I talk to someone who's going to be born 500 years from now? No, I can't. See, I'm going to have to depend on you guys to tell the next generation. And then that generation is going to tell the next generation. And then that generation is going to tell the next generation until finally that person, 500 years from now, is going to hear about Jesus. Now, I don't know if you noticed what I have set up there. You guys know what those are?
Dominoes.
You're right. Those are dominoes. Anybody want to guess how many there are up there? 50? Good guess. Go with him? Okay. 100. Very good guess. 60. There's 144 up there. So we're going to say that that's 144 generations. Why don't you come on up here? Let's take a look at this. It's 144 generations of people. Now don't touch it. Please. And we're going to say that this are Jesus' disciples. And we're going to say 144 generations. Over there is you. Can he touch you? He really can't. But if we get the message through each generation, all the way down to you, you think we can get you think we get the message down there? Madison? You come tip that over once and see if we can get the message all the way down. It made it. Every generation did its job so that even down in the end, you heard what this guy had to say. And we want to just think about how important that is, that we tell everyone about Jesus. Because suppose just one person missed. Would that be enough to stop it from going all the way? It would. So you're a very important link in that chain. Why don't you go sit down? Because today, in the sermon, we're going to be talking about a man named Nathanael. And a man named Philip. Jesus talked to Philip, and he said, "Follow me." So Philip heard about Jesus, but you know what he did? The very next thing, after Philip heard that Jesus wanted him to follow him, does anybody know what he did? He went and told his friend Nathanael, so that Nathanael could hear too. And then Nathanael, years later, started telling other people. Until finally, we heard. So we're a pretty important link in that chain. And we want to thank our parents for telling us. And their parents for telling them. And their parents, if they're still around, for telling them. But most of all, we want to thank Jesus for coming to us when they told us. And for giving us faith and for saving us. So why don't we fold our hands and pray with me. Dear Jesus, thank you for my mom and my dad.
Thank you for my mom and my dad.
For my Sunday school teachers. For my Christian teachers. for pastors and grandparents, and everyone who tells me about you. Please strengthen me, so that when it's my turn, I can tell people too.